question. Let's start with Jay Anderson. Never mind, let's start with Keelan McNamara.
James, hello. Welcome back to Ireland. It's great to have you back here for a fight.
Thanks very much. It's good to be back.
James, my first question for you is obviously this is a really, really big fight on Friday night with Leandro Higo. And Leandro's had a lot to say. There seems to be a lot of animosity between you two. I suppose my first question is, how's it going to feel to just be back in there on Friday night? Back in there doing what you do against an opponent where there's really a lot at stake. How does the occasion feel to you? Because you really are the hometown favorite in this one.
There's no animosity from me ever. It's clear-minded, very focused, and I've got a job at hand. So the only animosity that there is between him and him. Do you know what I mean? I'm not involved in that animosity. I'm here clear-minded, very focused. I've put in the work. I don't actually got much to say about him. On Friday night, I'm going to go in there and show all that I have done. I don't need to sit here and speak about him. I don't need to sit here and say that there's animosity or create this narrative to cover his nervous energy.
Yeah, absolutely. My sort of second question is that up until your win and sort of after your most recent win against James Gonzalez, your career unfortunately has had a bit of inconsistency with a few cancelled fights here and there, and I'm sure that's been very frustrating for you. With this fight on Friday night against Leandro, what is the sort of goal for you for the near future? Is it still championship gold? Or is it just really getting back in there consistently and being able to get another consistent run of form going? Where's your head at coming into this fight?
Both. So it is. I want to fight for the. They have told me that I will fight for the world title if when I beat Leandro this weekend. So they have already confirmed that with me. So, but it's both. I want to be I want to get active, and I want to fight for the world title.
Great. And last question for me before I hand it over is this fight Friday night. Obviously, Leandro's a very good fighter, very well-rounded fighter. Where do you see your biggest advantages being in this fight? Is it on the ground? Is it your stand-up game? What do you think you bring to this fight that Leandro doesn't?
I bring a mindset and a skill set that he has not faced against. I feel that he's going to be emotional and overreact on every flinch that I make, and I'm going to get him into the positions that I want and capitalize on it.
Brilliant. Listen, James, very best of luck on Friday night, mate, and thank you very much for the time.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Andrew Benjamin.
Hey James, how you doing?
What's up, man? Good, how are you?
Good, good, good. So my question for you is, you have been a pro for almost 10 years straight. Next year will be your 10th year. I'm curious to know, as a fighter, what do you do from the moment you start as a pro till now? What has been your motivation to continue in this sport for almost such a long time?
I absolutely love fighting. I don't need motivation, man. I absolutely love to fight, and that's it. So it is. I generally love getting them beating the fuck out of people. There's nothing like more fun to do, and being the best at it is a very good feeling. So that's been the motivation per se.
And my last question is, what do you do as a fighter to improve with every fight? Is it just putting in more gym hours? Is there any outside factors as well? Can you just talk about how you improve with
Yeah,
each day
absolutely.
you go to gym?
It's very easy to train hard. It's not that difficult to train hard, but it's very hard to be creative in your mindset to figure out new situations, figure out new puzzles to allow your brain to work freely in high pressured situations. And that's what I strive at doing is just when you'll see on Friday night when I walk in there and it's the high pressured situation, the crowds are going mad, it's all this chaos. I just thrive in that. Do you know what I mean? And that I get to fight in amongst of all that chaos it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you so much. Best of luck on Friday.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Ronald Smith.
This is Ronald E. Smith. James, you're not one to bite your tongue, and you are definitely a showman. So, in this kind of atmosphere, how do you keep yourself leveled while also trying to get the job done, which is trying to get a W?
I don't. I go with it, man. I'm in the mix of all that chaos. You know what I mean? Absolutely thrive off it. Nah, I just go with the flow. So I do. It's just what I do. Do you know what I mean? There's no like kind of staying out of it. There's no trying to avoid situations or whatever. It's I thrive in amongst it all, and I just happen to be very good at staying calm and clear-minded and keeping that creativity in my brain while all this chaos is going on. Is where what happens with 90% of the people that come along is like they're coming with and they're doing all the media and they're doing this, and then they get triggered by the high pressured situation. So that by the time they do walk out here on Friday night, they're emotional wrecks. So you give them one flinch and they're overreacting by 10 steps. And I don't seem to have that problem.
And going off that, your opponent has said to you that he didn't believe that you would even show up for the fight day.
Yeah, well,
So
guess fucking what? Here I am.
so
Here
what
I am.
so what would that be for you to see him in the cage while he starts looking at you saying that you aren't at his level at that say?
Mate, he's already hoping that I'm not going to show up. It's, do you know what I mean? That's a tale already. He doesn't think that I'm not going to show up. He hopes that I'm not showing up. That's why he said that. He hopes that I'm not. He wants to get away lucky and be able to go on Instagram and say, "Oh, you pulled out with this and have this fucking clout and all this bollocks." Do you know what I mean? But he's going to see someone to stand in front of him who really fucking loves fighting at the weekend, and that's going to be that.
Good luck to your fight.
Thanks very much.
MMA locker room.
What's going on, mate? It's MMA Locker Room, part of Puff Sports Radio. How you feeling today?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good, man. Just wanted to ask you something. So it seems like you have some of the best submissions in the MMA scene. That guillotine choke of yours, and then that rear naked back choke compares to like a snake, like a boa constrictor when they get on their prey. What is it about that rear naked choke that you just love choking people out with so much?
There's nothing more vulnerable of having someone on your back strangling the life out of you and you can't do nothing about it. Do you know what I mean? Anyone can get a lucky punch. Do you know what I mean? And knock someone out. Anyone with a bit of strength and size, but when you get in someone's back and you push their head into the canvas and beat the fucking ears off them, then choke them, there's no better feeling. Do you know what I mean? You're just hearing them gurgle under your hands and you're just going 2 minutes, man. You'd be dead if there was no referee. That's what I love.
Got it, got it. And then another thing, some of the featherweights are starting to make some noise out there. You were always one that they use to compare to Conor McGregor. Now it seems like there's a new guy that they're comparing to Conor McGregor in the name of Ilia Topuria. Have you seen anything that he's been doing, and what's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on who?
Ilia Topuria being compared to the Conor McGregor.
What, because he's a featherweight world champion?
That and the matching tattoos. He has the matching tattoos on his chest and his back, the same as Conor McGregor.
No, he doesn't. He's got black and white. Connor's got a big red grill on his chest. He's got like a black and gray tattoo on his chest. It's just what they've got. How can you compare someone just because he's got a fucking chest tattoo? It's totally different. It's not even the same thing. Like, it's a totally different tattoo. Just happens to be on the same place. You know what I mean? So you're gonna like, and he's a featherweight champion, and he fights. What, does he breathe as well?
Got it. So got it. We definitely ain't on the Ilia Topuria bandwagon over here. We're gonna keep it going over here for SBG Ireland, right?
Yeah, no, I like him. I just don't think he's anything like Conor. I think he's an absolute animal fighter, and I think he's one of the best in the world. But I think one's like a Spanish fella, isn't he? One, you got a Spanish fella who's tan, dark hair, and the other one, you got a crazy Irishman who's got bright eyes and blonde hair. I just don't see the comparison in any way, shape, or form.
Well, they got the comparisons too. I mean, I think they both became champion at the same time. Both was undefeated and both was at the same age. So I mean, they got some of the comparisons going with
That's a
that, you know.
comparison. That's a comparison, all right.
But
Congrats.
but but forget about the comparisons, man. Let's tell these people exactly what they can expect. Because whenever you walk out in Ireland, that whole crowd is cheering for you, man. So what can the people expect out there this Friday?
We're going to expect a roof to blow off the building and to me to strangle this guy inside the 1 round.
Got it, man. Can't wait to see your fight, man. Always been a fan.
Appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Next question, Diego Laconda.
Hey James, thanks for being here. So
So,
this fight was meant to go down last year. What would you say is the main difference now from when this fight was originally supposed to happen?
glad that right now I'm on a different level. So I've spent the last year out in Thailand, building my body up, getting stronger, getting better. And back then I was kind of like a huge 135er that was just riddled with injuries because I was just starving myself to get down to a weight class that I kind of couldn't make. And I was just picking up injuries all the time when I was in training. And in that particular case, I blew out my LCL. But now I've just been focusing just getting better, improving myself as an athlete, and improving overall.
Got it. And right now and throughout the week, you sound prepared, confident, ready, and excited overall, right? So when was the last time that you were in this state before a fight?
It's been a while, so it has to be honest. I would say the last time that I feel like the way I feel right now coming into a fight was probably against Roman Salazar when I submitted him in about 35 seconds. It's kind of coming in, I just don't give a fuck, but I also give a fuck enough that I'll die trying to win.
So would you say we can expect a similar finish?
Nah, a bit a little different. I got this fella's going to take, I'm going to have to break him first. So he's going to take about 10 more elbows to the head before I'll get the choke.
Got it. Well, that's it from me, and thank you again. Have a good one.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Last question goes to Dylan Rush.
What's up, James? Just one question real quick. After your last fight at Bellator 298, the victory, you heard Higo call you out backstage and you welcomed the matchup. You said to me, whoever needs to hear this to make this happen, let's make it happen. Why did you
Yeah, I
want this?
remember.
Yeah, right? And
remember that.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the biggest party
Yeah.
state in the United States.
That's right, I remember that.
Why did you want this fight with Higo in particular? Is there anything in particular that, piqued your interest with this fight, this matchup?
Yeah, it's a handy one. I like handy fights.
Sounds good, man. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
All right, that is it.